This reminds me of the clip that we reacted to earlier where the woman went ahead and ambushed the guy with the therapy appointment, the emergency therapy appointment. She was attempting to use the strategy of surprise to get what she wanted. I mean, it didn't work out for her. I mean, she got what she wanted, but just not in the way that she wanted. And he wasn't aware.
Emphasis on didn't.
He was surprised.
I'm pretty sure he was.
But then, like, she ended up getting surprised when he was just like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that was it.
How the turntables.
I mean, he broke her expectations because it was outside of her awareness that he could possibly react this way. And so there you go. She manipulated his awareness and he broke her pattern back.
Yep.
So that's how surprise worked on both sides of that equation. Another core strategy that is used is friendliness. I think this is really interesting because friendliness can be used in a positive way and in a negative way. This reminds me of our daughter when she was younger, and she would go ahead and try to be really friendly to our oldest son to get him to do something. And she'd be real friendly to him, and then she'd be like, say yes.
No, she did that. The first time she did that was with another like boy at the park. And he had candy, and she was like, I like some of your candy. Can I have some? Say yes.
Did you give her any candy? Well, then it worked. The strategy worked for her.
I was just like, where'd you get that from? And I was like, what did you say to him? She did it. And I was just like, you did not just really? Wow. I did not teach you to be an extortionist.
Right, but I mean, it's not extortion. He gave it willingly, right? But the thing is, like, when you're using friendliness as a core strategy in getting the things that you want, you establish yourself as likable. And we really like to go ahead and give things to people that are likable.
Yeah.
And so if you are a friendly person and you are the kind of person that is likable in your general conduct, it's really easy to get people to say yes and not do underhanded things.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to use a lot of these negative core strategies when some of these things are a natural part of who you are. And it doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and like give everything away, because if we're talking about core strategies for the wanter, giving something away isn't something that is in that position at the time. The act of being friendly and being likable is a way to get stuff from people. And it's not like you're trying to do it for the explicit sake of just getting stuff. Sometimes that's just a natural part of it. I think it's really funny because we go to this chicken restaurant like after recording, and I go there like 3-4 times a week anyway, aside from that. And to the point where when I'm in the drive-thru, I either hand up 1 or 2 up, depending on if I'm going ahead and getting meals for one of our employees while I'm getting a meal for myself at the time. And they know my order every time. And a lot of times they'll put a little bit extra in there for me.
That's cute.
And like, I'm really friendly with them, and they, you know, we have a good time. I give them a good laugh every now and then. Like, generally speaking, it turns out pretty well. Like, they know what's up, I know what's up, and they give me a little bit extra a lot of times. Like today I got an extra chicken strip. It was real nice. And I'm like, wow, okay, cool.
Thanks.
Thanks. I didn't know it until I like was getting ready to eat it, but it's just one of those things where sometimes it's a natural part of like just being a good person is a lot of times that goodness is reciprocated along the way.
Yeah.
So, which is why friendliness, I think, is a really good core strategy to work with if you are in the position of the wanter. And obviously you want to go ahead and use it. You want to use your powers for good. You don't want to just like be friendly and be like, say yes, and try to twist people's arms.
Gosh.
But, you know, to my daughter's credit, like she got what she wanted and she didn't go ahead and abuse the person for it.
No.
They said yes willingly. She was just convincing about it. And the thing that so every one of these core strategies manipulates some kind of emotion, and the emotion that is being manipulated when you are like being friendly is affection. And manipulation is often used in like a negative context, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. You can go ahead and manipulate the pieces of a puzzle to go ahead and move things as they need to be moved so that they can make the puzzle as it's intended. So just because you're manipulating an emotion doesn't mean you're doing it for ill.
Yeah. I think this is one strategy that's kind of employed in small doses. When the giver is kind of at that point where it's like, no, and kind of hesitant about it when you're getting to that almost like tipping point.
You kind of like dial it up a little bit.
Yeah, just like, last week I did something for you, whatever it was. I let you, and it really helped you, right? I could really use the help right now. It's like, yeah, you're right.
Sure. And that's a little bit of pity there too,
Yeah.
right? But I don't know, there's a lot mixed into that core play.
But I think definitely when you're like you're close, it's one that could kind of tip the scales.
Yeah. So the next core strategy is straightforwardness. So like by doing this, you're manipulating trust, whether it's for good or for ill. If you're straightforward and people know what they see is what they get, it's really easy for them to go ahead and see your sincerity and consistency and just know what you're about. And so like in a lot of ways, this is positive if you're generally a good person. But straightforwardness, if you're like a sociopath, this could also be a negative thing. It's like you just looked somebody dead in the eye and you're like, I want to take you to bed tonight. And like, if you don't have a pre-established relationship, that comes off really creepy and does not work out well. Yeah. Like that is like the worst strategy that you can employ, because not only do you get a no, you get a hell no, and you probably get the authorities called on you. Rightfully so, right?
Honestly.
But if you're in an established relationship, you can get away with saying stuff like that.
Yeah. And I see this a lot with our older kids.
Okay.
Like as siblings, if they're in this place where like, I need this to happen right now and I'm willing to like part with or exchange a thing that's a lot more valuable to that person, and it's going to cost me more on the back end, but it's fine because I need this to happen now. It's like, do this for me and I'll do like your chores for like a week. And where it's easy for the other siblings to say yes, but like they know, it's like, ooh, you really wanted this, didn't you? Okay, then.
Well, it puts you in a kind of a disadvantageous like negotiating position to go ahead and tip your hand so much in that exchange.
But I mean, in the moment, that's what you need, like right now.
Sure. And if you're dealing with somebody that you have an established relationship with, a lot of times, in order for that relationship to be maintained in a positive way, they're not going to bend you over a barrel for it.
Yeah.
They're just going to recognize, oh, this is your time of need. Cool. At some point down the line, there's going to be a time of need on the other side. And reciprocity is king there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that in the whole like straightforward thing, that's where you go ahead and see like most direct economic exchanges. Is like the price is right there. You're buying it or you're not.
That's real straightforward.
It's very straightforward. And so like trust is that key emotion that's in play there.
And I mean, it seems like that is a vein that's like straightforwardness is like a vein that's good and safe for people who aren't good at this. They just put it all out there, and it's like, if it's like the what is it? Carvana or CarMax, like the whole like no haggle.
This is the price. The price is the price.
Yeah, what you see is what you get kind of thing. And a lot of people they're banking that a lot of people will go there because they don't have to do that go round.
Oh, because they hate the dance associated with buying a car a lot of times. It's just like, look, why are we going to go ahead and go back and forth when we can go ahead and just be straightforward? Hey, what is your best price? They're never going to give you the best price when you go ahead and ask for it. Unless there's something else at play, like they need to make a sales number, or they need to go ahead and something about the context of the situation has to dictate that they go ahead and are willing to give something more than they ordinarily would be under a normal situation. So the next core strategy is humiliation. Oftentimes this comes in the form of blackmail, and usually this happens with low status people towards high status people, because you need to have a certain level of status for you to be humbled.
Gives you leverage.
It gives you leverage on that person. So this is like collecting dirt on somebody. If there's somebody with no reputation, then having dirt on them doesn't matter because they don't care about their reputation in the first place.
They have nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose. Exactly. So the core emotion that's being manipulated here is shame. So you have to have shame in the first place for blackmail to work. Because if you're just a shameless person that'll do whatever, then there's no leverage there. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, okay, so you got a CD tape of me doing stuff. Okay, I'll just do that live on video right now, whatever.
Just get ahead of the 8 ball right there.
If this message resonated with you, I'll ask that you go ahead and hit the subscribe button below so that you can go ahead and get more. And I ask that you send this message to someone who could benefit from it. I hope you have a fantastic day.